Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Tiffany from TV Butter, and yes, it's me again. It's a weekly video thing. So this is another journal that from this week. So I try to make a weekly journal. I try to create a journal every week. I still have a couple of custom orders to catch up, and this is the weekly, and then I just trying to sneak in 1 or 2 journals every week. I will try my best. So this one is for this week, but this one has been spoken for already. It's a pre-sale. So Lucy contacted me on the Etsy, and she is living on the other side of the world. So when I am posting the journal or listing my journals, she probably is sleeping. So she decided to go pre-sale. This pre-sale thing, in case you don't know, quoted from Nick, is you just reserve the next journal that I am going to create, no matter how it looks like, no matter what theme it is. So you are going to reserve it. So yeah, Lucy contacted me on the other day, and she would like to reserve a pre-sale item. So this week's journal is for her. If you are interested in reserving a pre-sale or the next journal from me, just feel free to contact me on Etsy. And yes, so this one, so the reason why I use a big stamp to kind of like push it down, is because it's huge. It's huge. After I bind everything together, and then I realized, so sorry Lucy, you might don't have too many rooms to write things in this journal. It's just so big. It just has so many things going on. This journal is definitely one of my favorite journal ever. So this journal is knowledge time, lecture time. It's about an illustrator called Warwrick Goble, and he was born in 22nd November 1962, and he was died in 22nd January 1943. He was an illustrator of children's book mainly, and he specialized in Japanese and Indian themes. So in the 1890s, he contributed half-tone illustration to monthly magazine. That's when he was about to get famous and well-known and be recognized. So if you are wondering what is half-tone is, please Google it. Yes, and this half-tone thing is pretty new to me. I just knew it when I do some research about this illustrator, and I Google it, and I just realized I don't quite get it. So if you are wondering what is halftone, please Google it. It's kind of like about some dots, some repro graphic technology, but yeah. And then Goble gradually gave up illustrating. Okay, so back in 1960, what am I doing? 1869, he began illustrating books. And then as the time passed by, he gradually gave up illustration to pursue cycling and traveling. What a smart guy, huh? And I guess his mainly theme is about fairy, poetry, angels, magical creatures, myth, and fables, and things like that. So, are you ready to dive in this big chunky journal with me? Just move it. So this is the cover. This is the side. As you can see, it's just totally like bulky. Like it's just so bulky. And then this from the top, I have a few bookmark and a little metal clip. And on the side, I have another bookmark, and here I have a little charm. It's owl charm, just like it. So all the tiles here, Again, if you don't like all the towels, you can just snip them off. Just please. I'm just leaving here to give everyone an option to, you know, keep it or get rid of them. So that's the cover. On the cover, I do have some collage of cheesecloth, different fabric, and here is a pocket with another. I'm gonna grab a card. Okay, another fabric pocket as well, and here is a little hole, but I didn't put any charms here. I just put some fabric and some twine. And this is another paper pocket, of course. And here is a book cover from his illustration, and I added a little fabric bookmark in here. So you can definitely put your photos at the back, or you know, journal or whatever you want to do. So when you open it up, of course I don't have a pocket here because it's just too bulky already. If I add another pocket here, probably you really can't journal. You really can't write anything in this journal. So yeah, I'm so sorry. Sorry but not sorry. But anyway, I don't have a pocket in here, but I do have a lot of tuck spots and fabric pocket in the journal, so don't worry. So this is the front page. I have another tuck spot, and this is one of his illustration. I guess it's from the fairy tale, the book of fairy tale, and I added a little bookmark, fabric bookmark, silk ribbon, and this is some yarn, and here is some dirty muslin, and I add a little what is it called? Clip, pin, a little vintage pin, and here, and it says what is it called? Treasure. So yeah. Then flip over. I have a big pocket at the back, some collage, and this is an Victorian calling card or calling card die cut paper. I just glue it down on a scrapbook paper, and some collage at the back. Is just some cheesecloth, and I added a little silk ribbon as well. And then in the pocket, of course, I had to include some of his famous artwork, and this one, I just love this one. How gorgeous. So I just print it out and tuck it in here. I hope you like it. And every paper, of course, has been tea dyed, and I did stamp a little bit here and there. And then here is a half page tag, and I have a little peekaboo pocket, and there are actually some stamping on top of the peekaboo pocket. And here is another tag spot and a fabric pocket as well. The fabric has been tea dye, of course, coffee dye, and yeah, some empty journal papers. This is some thicker paper. It's not watercolor, but I bet you can add watercolor or draw some watercolor illustration on top of this paper because it's pretty thick. Some vintage book page, of course, and here is another silk ribbon bookmark, and I have another tuck spot. So just trying to get rid of those. Yeah, and then a tuck spot, and here's another fabric pocket and some silk ribbon. And inside the pocket, of course, the pocket is another of his illustration, of course. And inside the pocket, I have another fold-out paper. It's printed on coffee dye paper as well, so you can journal at the back, and it look kind of vintage, look old, right? And then at the back, more stamping, and here is just some muslin. And here I have some silk ribbon collage and fabric at the background. And here's another of, actually it's a tuck spot. So this is another of his artwork. And inside the pocket, I have another printout. I love this one. I don't know, it just hit me when I saw this illustration. and it's just so peaceful, and logo standing in front of a journal and all the greeny or the vintage, you know, like journal, and just, I don't know, it just hit me when I see this for this image, this illustration. And yeah, of course I have to print it out and tuck it in here. And then at the back, more stamping, as you can see, and here is another piece of vintage flower fabric, and actually is a printout of some vintage music paper, some ledger, project paper, another yarn bookmark, more stamping. At the back is another tuck spot. Another tuck spot is all sewn around, and I have a little book page collage and cheesecloth, another yarn collage on top of the pocket. More vintage paper, and here is another fabric pattern paper printout. Some collage of different fabric, and I have a little clip in here, and I clip down another illustration. So all the journal illustration paper or printout, you can definitely journal at the back. Some lined paper from my fiance's mom, some half page vintage page, and here actually is a tuck spot. Some fabric collage, stamping, more stamping, and here I just tuck it in a little watercolor botanical page I tried. Honestly, I was going to make a pocket out of this paper, but ended up I didn't, because I just want I want Lucy to see the centerpiece is just so gorgeous, little bees and grasses and flowers. Oh, it's just so beautiful. So I didn't do anything in here. I just think it's just the perfect page to journal. You know, it's automatically decorated already, so I just leave it open. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And more journal paper, more stamping, and here is just something that I like to add in my journals right now. I'm sorry about the noise. So it's a collage page, or I call it a scrapbook page. So I was just inspired by scrapbooks, vintage scrapbooks. So I have just mimicked the scrapbook, how they journal in the scrapbook and things like that. So I just put different fabrics, different papers on top of the journal page. So it's kind of like a decoration. And more lined paper, and here's another stamping page, and I have a little lace tuck spot at the bottom, a little fold out and little tuck spot, another illustration, another fold out, more stamping, and here is where the bookmark is, and some ledger paper, and here is the music paper fold out, and more stamping, and here is the little twinkle bell fabric pocket, and in the pocket, of course, I have another illustration from him. And then here is a tuck spot, like a centerpiece. On top of it is some vintage lace, and then more stamping. And here, of course, another thing that I always do in my journals right now is actually a little booklet, and you can, of course, you can journal in here. Here has a few pages all sewn around, and just need to close it when you don't use it. And then another fold out, more stamping, and some collage of different texture fabric. More stamping. It's getting harder. It's getting harder. Almost there. The thicker paper, And here is a half page tag, and here is more stamping. At the back it has a big peekaboo pocket, and I have some vintage fabric and vintage button. And then inside the pocket I have, of course, another of his illustration. Just love this one. So girly, so romantic, so feminine. And then that's the back. Wow, can you believe it? It's just so chunky. I don't know, this book might I don't know, cost more shipping. I don't think I can fit it in the leather envelope anymore, but I will definitely try. So this is a journal for Lucy, and it's the Warwrick Goble, an illustrator from 19th century. And I'm not sure about the next one. I'm not sure about who will be the next one, but definitely I will follow my list. So I'm gonna show you my list again. So I did Arthur Rackham, and so the next one is Warwrick Goble, and probably the next one is Harrison Fisher, but I'm not sure. Maybe I will just switch around. Maybe I will just do whoever I like to. So yeah, just trying to fill up my journal a little bit here and there, getting there as well. Definitely love this book. It's hard to write, but it's my first one, like I said, so I love it. Okay, anyway, yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy listening to me like rambling, and I will see you in the next video soon. Bye bye.